This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com, creator of summonsmaster.com. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about a report that came out from ProPublica about the three major credit reporting agencies. And you can see it right here. So you don't have to take my word for it. You can look at what Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat of Massachusetts, ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee and the key architect in the creation of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You can see here, it states it right here. So this is not my words. I want to just talk about this first, talk about what's happening, and then I want to ask you some specific questions about why would this happen? Like, why would it happen? And don't blame it on a lawmaker. Don't blame it on anyone. Let's not talk about blaming any side, because what I want you to do is I want to start getting you, I want you to focus on the reasons why this would happen. Like in your own mind, why do you think that something like this would happen with the three major credit reporting agencies? Now look at this. Just from TransUnion, the rate of relief, when they mention the rate of relief, what they're talking about is when people are disputing inaccurate information that's on the credit reports. Now, there's a huge misconception about what the hell is inaccurate information on a credit report. Some people only try to base it on if you had the account or not, and if you messed up with the account or not. That's what they want you to focus on. I'm here to tell you that when it comes to data, these are data furnishers or data collectors. Anyone that's in a data collection business, they're in the business of getting data, and they have to display it properly if they're out there selling this data to companies to make decisions based on the data that they got. So it's not just about the account that you had. It's not just about if you messed up on that account. That's what they want you to think that it's all about. If you look at the water, just imagine this. You're out and you're looking at the ocean. To think about it that way would just think about everything that's above the water and think about nothing that's below the water. And you and I both know that things that are below the surface of the water, there's a whole bunch of things in there that could matter. And some of those things that could be in that water could be very dangerous. And that's similar to what's happening right here, is that yes, you you had the account. Yes, you messed up on the account, but the underwater things that people don't pay attention to, that most people don't see, those are the things that could cause the most damage to you, because you have a right. When information is stated about you, this is your reputation. Have you ever heard of a social credit score? This is like your social credit score. Anything that they say about you, when they collect it, they can't just go out there and collect information and then say, oh, we only want to report the things that can hurt this individual, or we only want to report it if that individual is only not messing up with their credit. So it says here in the ProPublica, found that TransUnion's rate of relief from disputes, that in other words, that's what they mean, which had remained relatively steady for several years, dropped sharply in the summer of 2025. Now, remember the video that I made probably about the end of 2024, 2025, when I was saying about the CFPB getting the legs cut out from under them, and a lot of people were like, Steve, you're crazy. And then I made another video saying that I'm seeing the debt collectors, they're not following Regulation F on what they're supposed to be doing when they're reporting on individuals' credit reports, and also when they're sending out the debt collection letters. That stuff, like, I'm starting to see that they're bold, and the only reason why they're getting bold is because they believe that no one's going to do anything about it. And even if they try to do anything about it, that the climate that we have right now, nothing will get done. So now, by October, it was providing roughly half as often. So if they had 1 million disputes in there, and these were investigated properly, that only 500,000 people would get relief. Experian, which had provided relief to nearly 20%, like could you run consumer complaints 2024? Now, just let me back up for a minute. Could you do anything at a 20% rate? If someone came into your job, you got 100 people that came in, and your company is supposed to do something. I'm not talking about you owning something. I'm talking about you working, and you only wanted to help 20% of the 100 people. How quick would you be pushed out of the door? Now, this is one of the major frustrations that people have when it comes to credit repair, because they get all of these misconceptions and these people that are saying that your credit could be repaired in 30 days, all of this stuff. And they don't have a clear understanding that number one, nothing in life is going to be done in 30 days. Nothing in life. You can change a habit. You can change your habits in 21 days of consecutive impressions to get to a new habit. But nothing can change. Nothing can physically change that quick. And so people get discouraged, and people don't understand that this is what you're dealing with. If you're coming to a credit repair company like ours at the Credit Repair Shop, or if you're trying to do this on your own, this here is what you're dealing with. So I'll repeat, Experian, which had provided a relief to nearly 20% right here of consumers in 2024, provided relief to less than 1% of the complaints in 2025, according to the CFPB data. So now let's back up. You're the employee, and you have 100 people come in to get help from your business. You are the employee or the business owner that is in charge to help people fix this problem. And you are licensed by the federal government, in a sense, and by all of these companies, to be the data furnisher and to provide this information so companies can make loan application determinations based off of the information that you are providing to them. You are the ones that is supposed to be in charge of getting all of this data. You're the big boss. And then you're only able to provide relief to just 1% in 2025. It's probably half of 1% in 2026, because what we're seeing is a downward spiral. So stick with me, because I'm going to be talking about what you can do about this, because this is one of these situations where if you do nothing about it, guess what? Nothing's going to happen. And if you think that you have to know when something is going to happen for your credit, then you're already falling in line with what they have in place. I'm not big on conspiracy theories anymore. I used to be. Not big on them anymore, because I believe that conspiracy theories can hurt people. They can hurt people. But let me tell you some things that I've learned over my years of being in the credit repair industry. And one of the biggest things that I've learned is that credit, if a person gives up on their credit, they don't give up on getting loans. They don't give up on getting a card. They don't give up on getting a credit card. But what happens is that person becomes susceptible to predatory type lending. And I've always had this thought in my mind of, why would a company with all of the selection of people who have good credit, why would there be companies out there that would offer credit to people who have less than perfect credit? Like, why? Why would you want to take the risk? Why would you want to take the risk? And I found my answer years ago. I used to do marketing for payday loan companies. When I had my marketing business before I started the credit repair shop, there were I remember I had years, like way long time ago, when I was getting started in business in 1990. I had helped a buddy of mine. We would go to colleges and we would get credit card we would make money by having the students fill out for credit card applications. And all through my life, I've seen different things where credit was being given to individuals who had less than perfect credit. And yes, they were paying a higher interest rate. Yes, you know, they, it was higher payments. It was all types of things that would just make me run, and I would tell people, don't do it. I recall one of the times when and you know my story, in 1994, when my wife and I were going through our financial trouble. We had a vehicle that was paid off, and I went and they said, we'll give you, I think they said they would give me like $2,000 for, the auto title loan. And then they was like, you're going to pay $2,000 back. He was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. We're not going to be going down that route. And what I had put together to close this part of the story out was that the reasons why predatory lending exists is because one person who follows through with their payments on predatory lending loans could pay for upwards of 3 people who don't pay their loans. Let's look at some of the key things that happen to people who have bad credit loans. They usually going to put up high down payments. So the company already got a portion of the money. They're going to pay higher payments, higher interest rates, which equals higher payments. So if it was a person with good credit, they could be paying $200 for the payment. But because this person has bad credit, it's a predatory loan, they're paying $600 or $700 or $800. I've seen this where people came in to us for help. And they were like, I need to get my credit repaired because look at this. I want to refinance my loan on my vehicle. I bought the vehicle and they claimed that I was going to be able to refinance later, and I wasn't able to refinance later. That's because what they were probably thinking is that you would focus on repairing your credit. Once they got the car and they got the loan, the predatory loan for you, they don't care any more about you. You're stuck. And so if that one person follows through, they're either going to make money or break even on the other 2 or 3 people that don't pay. That's the biggest reason. So it is when I looked at some of the companies that are in predatory lending, it is very lucrative. There are some banks that are into loaning money to these payday loan companies and these different predatory / fintech lending companies. And the reasons why is because it is very lucrative. They don't want to put their name out there on it because they know that, at some point, the tide is going to turn, and that they don't want to have a bad name, their name being attached to whatever happens with that company. But there are a ton of them that are out there. And I'm starting to see it happen with the business community, where they had these merchant capital advance loans. And from those merchant capital advance loans, they are actually taking over people's businesses or taking over the payments that are coming in from vendors. That people are signing contracts where they didn't even know that they were not going to have to go to, they were not going to be going to court, that they were actually going to just have to sign over their bank account until that merchant capital advance was paid. And these are high interest predatory lending institutions, companies. So the reason why, if you, just like I just stated, that's the reason why, is because it's very lucrative. They're making a killing by doing these types of loans. And they got billions of dollars to put out on the street, and they want to turn it. And the way that they look at it is that if they can turn a profit that month, they're good to go, and they'll go the next month. They'll sign up more people and more people and more people. As a matter of fact, what they really hope is that people like you who have some issues with your credit never become an A plus client. I mean, that's really what it is. Because I've gotten loans, and with an 834 credit score, the lenders, not to say that these companies, they'll try stuff, they'll try to send you stuff, but you'll be like, I would never get a loan from you people. But for having the 834 credit score, companies will come to you and they will make offers to you that are very reasonable. Credit card offers. I talked about my Citibank card, where the offering, not offering, they gave it to me. They were like, anything that you do plus what you've already done, we're putting it at 6%. At like 6%, that just did it. They do these things because they want you to stay as a customer. Whatever you use on there, they want you to stay as a customer, even though they don't make as much off of you. They want you to do it, That's their game. And then the number one thing is that you got to maintain your discipline when using any type of credit card. So if you need help with your credit, then please like this video. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at creditrepairshop.com. Watch video What Makes Us Different, where you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com, where you can grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports, and all 3 scores. Links below this video. If you have debt collectors coming after you early in the game, grab my 3-pack of letters. They're free. The link is below here. Or you can go to Summons Master, where you can get an exclusive certified debt validation letter that can stop debt collectors in their tracks. And also, if they decide to sue you, that information, the way that they responded back to you, could be used to get that case dismissed early. I'm talking about even before you go to a hearing, because they'll back out because they know that they did something wrong. If you have debt collectors who are suing you in court, you can go to summonsmaster.com, where you can get a court-ready response with defenses, not ChatGPT. This is something that works. This is something that's tried and true to get your case dismissed, get your case delayed, or get you into the position to make an excellent settlement out of court. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com and summonsmaster.com.